in the industry about 6 years now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
to see how you move. I mean, even now, you say, hey, I want to build a team of women. I mean, you got a team of women and men. Like you got folks across the country at this point. But what what did you do prior to insurance? Like, what were you doing prior to this industry? Because I know you had a background, in some other ways. So prior 6 years ago, 7 years ago, what were you focusing on? And then tell me a little bit about what caused that transition from where you were at to moving into this space.
So I had kids at a very young age, right? I was a mother of two by the time I was 22, right? I had my first one at 20 and 21 and the next one 22. Anyway, so I had kids very young. And so I worked in the government sector as a contractor. I worked in the patent and trademark office for years. And then a girlfriend of mine, I was great about my first house, and a girlfriend of mine introduced me to a real estate agent, and she sold me the life, the dream, right? And so I got licensed as a real estate agent. And right in that time when the market was booming and anybody could get a house, right? So I came in at the right time. And I think in my first month of getting licensed, I sold like 3 properties. I was like, bump this. I quit my job.
Yeah, we're
Everything.
talking real estate licensing now, where we get, hey, you
Yes,
get that
real
money,
estate.
boom, them closers is popping. We
Yes.
what year was that? Because was
Oh
that
my
like
God.
early 2000s?
2003, four, so yeah.
Hey, stated income,
Yeah.
low.
Yeah. All of that.
Everybody qualify. You get a house, and you get a house.
Yeah. So I sold 3 properties like in my first month, made more
Uh-huh.
than I ever made in a month. Oh, so I quit my job, right, Rod? And like, I'm doing this full time. And I was successful for a minute. And then, of course, the market crashed. But I was smart enough to, when the market was booming, I worked with a lot of investors. I sold a lot of property with investors. So they became a part of my network. So they had multiple properties. So when the market started to decline, I started managing properties for investors. So I
Mm.
managed property for a minute, couple of years. That kind of sustained me. And so they started letting their portfolio just go to waste. Right. And so then my father took ill. I had to move in with me. And then I became my father's primary caregiver. And so I definitely needed the flexibility and freedom because he needed me a lot. You know what I mean? Like being gone during the day, anything could happen and I need to get back home. So I was like, all right, I need to create a plan where I could be accessible to my dad more. And so I remember him driving a cab when I was a kid and always, we would ride out hacking. He always tell me about his days as a life insurance agent and how, as a kid, you don't want to do that. And I was like, you know what? Let me look into that because the real estate market wasn't doing great. And I got my license, and here we are. Here we are.
Yeah, yeah, man. Speaking of uh, just our parents and kind of just the things that happen because when you were younger, with your mother, that kind of instills something in you, and then older, having to be a caregiver, which is a lot, for someone to take on with a parent. That just from what I know about you, and even some of the conversations that we have offline, and the work that we've been doing together, you're really helping people in that market as well. So for the senior community or people whose parent who are taking care of their parents and are looking to,
Mhm.
for lack of a better term, ensure their
Mhm.
parents as well. Can you tell me what you're doing in that category? Because that's kind of innovative too.
It is. Again, taking care of my dad. We used to ride a lot. Him driving the cab, right? And so we were tight. Anyway, he used to always have these conversations with me about when that time came and this was here. Look in this, look in this place, and you'll find this and all of that. And I'm like, Daddy, you don't want to have those conversations, but he was adamant about making sure that stuff was taken care of. So when he passed away, everything was taken care of. And it's like, you know what? I get it. I get it. I saw the stressful side and I saw the planning side. And so
Yeah.
and then so I stepped into this pre-need space and I got experiences from both sides, right? And so I get when you're planning the ease of it. You know, it's still a tough thing to deal with, but the ease of it, the flow of it, you know what I mean? What it goes a whole lot differently. And so I was introduced to the pre-need space, and you know about it, but it helps us prepare, not just our parents, but everybody, right? But I like that for our community. I like the fact of teaching them and helping them understand the proper importance of planning. We plan our weddings and our birthday parties and all these gender reveals, and they go off great, right? They're beautiful. Like my homegoing service deserves the same
Mm,
respect, and so that's what I'm
mm,
teaching our community, right? Like,
mm.
right, your homegoing service deserves the same thing, right? Like you plan that wedding down to the T. Let's plan your homegoing celebration. So there's no fighting, there's no fussing. It's spelled out. So both of your daughters know I want to wear my turquoise dress. Like mom did not want, pre-planning eliminates all of that stuff and make sure everything goes off without a hitch, just like that beautiful wedding, just like that beautiful party. And I want my kids, I'm hoping I'm 99 and a half, but I want my family to have the ease of knowing, this is done, this is taken care of. So I'm back in the trenches and not just teaching about generational wealth, but the importance of proper planning too.
Absolutely. So essentially, you're a start to finish kind
Yep.
of professional. It's like, hey,
I like
you're saying, hey,
that.
look, I'm gonna help you build it for yourself, for the next generation, and for when you're gone as well.
Yep.
When you're leaving, you're gonna have that too. So we're gonna make sure you got the full spectrum of your needs met. You mentioned the term pre-needs. Now, once again, on this platform, we have a lot of different, market professionals who are listening. Some people coming from the PNC space, they know all the PNC terminology, stuff on the life side, they have no clue. Got people coming from the life and health space, that listen in. They're hearing PNC terminology, they have no clue. And then we have people who are coming from outside of the industry listening, and they're not going to really have a familiarity with any of these things. Pre-need is something that we've never had anybody mention on this platform ever. What is it?
It's just that it's pre-planning. It's making sure that your homegoing, your funeral arrangements, your however you want life celebration is properly planned. We as life insurance specialists help our clients do that, from helping them with their things like their wills and power of attorneys to proper planning. Like we preach generational wealth and legacy, and that, in my opinion, is what life insurance is for. We know that, right? To help with your retirement, college education, all of those things. People use it as to be their own bank, all of those tools. That's what life insurance is for. Legacy. Pre-need is for proper planning, and they're two separate things. A lot of people like, well, life insurance is for my funeral. No, life insurance is for your legacy. Life insurance is for your retirement. Life insurance is for all those other amazing things that it does. And pre-need is just for that, to make sure that your homegoing celebration is properly planned and properly taken care of. So for those on the outside looking in, like, what is that? That's what we do. We can help all of our clients plan for their legacy, but we also can help them properly plan for their homegoing celebration, their funeral, or whatever term you want to use. But there aren't a lot of people in this space, and you and I both know this is an amazing opportunity, but we also get to provide an amazing service for our clients as far as educating them, making sure legacy is intact, making sure that they properly plan. Like, right. So when that time comes and their family is looking back on all the amazing things that we've helped them do, without a shadow of a doubt, they're calling Rod. Because mom's retired, mom lived off of retirement for years to come. You know what I mean? My college education was paid for with life insurance. I started my business from my mother borrowing from my life insurance policy. And then when she passed, it was a whole party. You know what I mean? It was mom in the making. You could tell she planned this to the T. And so I love what we do. I love that we offer this amazing service. And I'm just looking forward to spreading the word, providing the opportunity for more agents so that we can touch more people.
Yeah, yeah.